Hey, what's up guys? Trent here. I started my career in sales over 2.5 years ago, right out of college. If you know anyone in sales or if you're in sales yourself, you know that the job can be incredibly lucrative and high paying. In this video here right now, I'm gonna break down why salespeople and how they're oftentimes the highest paid employees in their organizations. I'm gonna start by overviewing the sales function as a whole, why it is mission critical and how it actually fuels business. I'm gonna then break down what do I actually do in my sales job. I started my career in software sales at a hyper-growth tech company as a sales development representative, recently promoted to an account executive. I'll share with you exactly how much I make and what you can actually expect to do on a day-to-day basis. Similar to how sales fuels organizations' revenue growth, your support fuels this channel growth. So if you don't mind, hit the like button right now. I'd really appreciate it and it'd be super helpful. Hit the like button now. Thanks so much. When you look at the fundamentals of a company, you have your balance sheet, you have your P&L, profit and losses, but think about it like this. Each organization has money coming in the form of revenue, so money that's coming in and helping fuel growth of the company, and the money going out. And that looks like expenses, that could be labor cost, overhead, cost of goods sold. A company's profits need to exceed its losses and expenses in order to keep the lights on. And you want to have greater profits in excess of your losses in order to fuel growth. All companies want to grow for the most part, especially public traded companies. There's so much scrutiny under what is the growth rate, what is your profitability, what is your revenue, and nothing happens without sales. This is why the sales function is mission critical for organizations, because if you don't have any way to take your product to market, you could have the best product market fit and maybe people will come to you, and I'm sure there's examples of that, but most organizations need a go-to-market force, and that's when salespeople come into play. Products are not sold. You need salespeople to identify the customer needs and align your product solution and how it helps to that particular customer's problems in order to make the sale and make money. And you get paid for doing that because that helps the organization grow. Me in my own sales job, I have a quarterly sales quota. So each quarter I need to sell net new business $120,000. Think about how much money that is, and let's multiply it by 4 quarters. That's $480,000 of net new business that we hope is recurring on an annual basis. So think about that compounding after 5 years, assuming I do my job and assuming I don't continue to promote, because my quota will get higher. And that's a quick disclaimer. If you get in sales, you get better, you hit your number, then you go to a new role where you can make more money, but your quota is also higher. Quick interruption from your scheduled programming. If you are enjoying this video and would like to support this channel, please hit the subscribe button below. It really helps. So think about the actual value you're bringing to organizations. And this is something I always looked at when I first started my career in sales development. I was making 50, 60K. And I would look at it from the standpoint of how much is the company paying me? How much money am I making? And then how much money do my efforts actually lead to? And you can actually quantify your output. So as an SDR, I was just tasked with booking meetings, generating pipeline. The more pipeline an organization has, so the more deals in the flow, the higher probability of more deals actually being closed, and that's good for business because that's going to drive revenue and profitability. So look at how much are you being paid versus how much are your efforts leading to for the company. And if there's a disparity there, then you're not so valuable and your job may be subjective to being cut. That's why it's so important for you to be a productive salesperson and you to drive revenue growth and profitability for the organization you're working for. Let's look at what do I actually do on a daily basis and why is sales so difficult but yet so fun, rewarding, and fulfilling, which is why you can get paid so much. It is high risk, high reward, but salespeople are oftentimes the highest paid function in any organization because the way my organization is structured, and it's public knowledge, but you can look at all the different departments. All the different departments are fueling sales. So let's look at any SaaS, software as a service company. What are some of the different functions? So let's look at engineering. So you have folks that are coding and programming. They're creating the product, putting it in the cloud so that we can then host our clients' needs and get them the solution. But they're creating the products. That's incredibly important. But the product is just there. It's just sitting on some cloud server and some Amazon whatever, doing nothing until the salesperson reaches out to a customer that needs our solution. That's how we then align the needs. But Programming engineering, their job is to fuel that product development so that we as salespeople can sell more. Let's look at finance. Finance is really important, but if you don't have salespeople bringing in new business, then there's not going to be any money coming in the door. So that function isn't so important. Let's look at human resources, okay? Human resources, people management. How do you hire people? How do you continue to grow as a company? Oh, you need more revenue. You need to continue to increase sales. Who's going to drive those sales? Salespeople. Let's look at IT. Okay, IT department's really important. You need these different functions to operate in a digital, new and unique work environment. Okay, whose jobs are actually important? Who needs the technology that the IT is actually helping with? Oh, the salespeople. Because if we don't have salespeople bringing in that new business, then there's really no purpose in having any other functions. And of course, leadership. Leadership, their job is to fuel sales and make sure they have everything they need to be successful. Everything in an organization should be centered around enabling the salespeople to be as successful as possible, because the more successful your salespeople are, the more successful the organization is going to be, and then the more successful you will be personally as a rep. And I can personally speak to my own earnings over the last 2 years, and I'm 25 and I make 130. I just filed my taxes. I make 130,000, and that was just from age 24. So I know this year I'll make more, but it's really crazy when you think about it. And I have so many friends that started in banking, that started in real estate. Real estate's kind of sales, but started in recruiting, all these different things, and they say, oh, what I'm doing is okay, but I never have a clear growth trajectory up, and I'm not making as much as I think. Sales, fortunately, you take control of your own destiny and you are paid based on performance. So if you think you're underpaid and you think that you bring more value to the marketplace and the marketplace is showing you, you need to get into sales, because that is how you will truly write your own check. Because if you say, my quota is 480,000 for the year, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to go close $1 million. And if you go do that, you're gonna make so much money relative to your peers at their age, because your income potential is really untapped and based on your performance. You're not in some of these finance jobs, some of these consulting jobs. You need to wait for an annual year-end bonus. And one of my friends in particular, he's like, I don't like what I'm doing, but I have these golden handcuffs on because they don't pay me my bonus till March. So he's not gonna leave, he's not happy, but they dangle that carrot in front of you. And there's always those carrot and incentives in organizations, especially in sales, but you're compensated on a more recurring, frequent basis, either quarterly, monthly, based on your performance. So it's incredibly lucrative. Salespeople, believe me, are the highest paid function in any organization. Some of you may be thinking, but hey, Trent, what about the CEO? Because I've actually made a video about this. CEOs are higher paid, but outside of the CEO, salespeople are the highest paid. I know some salespeople in public organizations that are making more than the CEO. So trust me, sales is really lucrative. If you're thinking about getting into sales, go find that job in sales. If you're already in sales, recognize that you have the opportunity of a lifetime right now. A lot of salespeople that I've known think, oh, the grass is greener at that other company. If they just let me do it this way, then I'll make more. Don't worry about any of the noise. Just worry about what is your output, because that's all that matters in sales. At the end of the day, you can be the nicest guy. You can network with everyone, you can have the office politics, but at the end of the day, your sales number will not lie. And it is a conscious decision whether you decide binary. I will do what it takes to hit my quota, or I'm not willing to do what it takes. And you need to ask yourself, what is your answer to that question? And if you're really serious about the latter, hey, I'm gonna do whatever it takes, then you really gotta back that up with action. Be humble enough to listen to your customers and understand what's important to them. Be intellectually curious to really continue to refine your own soul and your skills so that you can share your knowledge with the people that are benefit from it and ultimately buy your product. We're gonna end the video there. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm standing up for the first time. I'm super hungover. The lighting's not great. So I don't know how this video is gonna land, but really appreciate you watching. Make sure to like this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you learned something new today or enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.